All right, hello and welcome back to the final event of the Pokemon Speedruns Marathon 2020. It is a four-way race spectacular between the finest talents we have in the Pokemon Yellow speedrunning scene. We've got Enderborn in the top left of your screen, Hwangbro in the top right, Juanlyways in the bottom left, and pokeguy in the bottom right. I'm going to hand over and let them get on with it. Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
And bringing you the finest in commentary, Pseudo Trainer.
And the lovely T.I. Kevin. This is going to be a great time, everyone. I hope everyone's excited. As Meebs already said, this is the finale and really
All of
good
is watching my
showcase
stream,
of
but
4 great
they're
yellow
still gonna hear my
runs.
mic.
We're seeing our runners set options before starting new game. In RTA, you can do that before time starts, so you just get that before the game even starts. Some of you might have seen my tasks where we set it in-game, but the timing is different in tasks, so you might as well just set the options before new game.
Yeah, there's even a frame perfect trick you can do in Gen 1 where you can set all the options you see here from text speed, animation, all the way down to print with the frame perfect. Saves no time, but T.I. Kevin found it and it's pretty cool.
Alright, are we ready to start?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna ready up. I'll give a countdown from 5.
Good luck, everyone.
That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So the first thing you're going to see here is the choices for naming. The runners will want to set a single character name, both to reduce the amount of text shown as each character prints 1 frame at a time, and because it is necessary for manips, because with that frame difference during the manips, you would throw off your RNG by not naming a single character. So they will be doing that, and they'll also name the rival a single character because that is faster over the course of RTA.
Yeah, and throughout this run, we're going to see the same thing applied to Pokemon naming as well, but we're not going to name every single Pokemon. We'll talk about more when we get to that. But other things you're going to see at the beginning here is it's a normal Pokemon game. There's going to be a lot of text mashing. You can already start to see some differences, probably from delay and things like that. But there's a lot that actually goes into mashing in Gen 1 Pokemon games. Because how the game kind of registers inputs, how you actually mash text is a really rhythmic A and B kind of motion. You do that in a lot of RPG games to more efficiently mash text, but in Gen 1 Pokemon, it's actually kind of required to get like optimal text mashing. So each person here is going to be mashing text as efficiently as possible, and it's going to start out pretty standard at the beginning, and we are obviously not going to choose between Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle because we bought the one with colors.
So you might have seen in previous races issues where runners have to save for the first fight depending on the route, because if you get Vaporeon by losing the fight, there's like a sort of difficulty baked into the game where they assume you have Pikachu, so if you lose the first rival fight, they make the EV evolve into Vaporeon because you get that type advantage. But if you win, then you get Flareon. For the purposes of the speedrun, though, the rival team, the composition with Vaporeon is much worse. So you really want to win this fight. And we'll see who wins here, but with the current routes, they all can handle losing if they do lose.
And to kind of talk on the losing, it's kind of crazy how losing the first fight for a Pokemon you're never really going to use again, Pikachu, this is its one and only fight that it's going to participate in. It matters a lot. If we lose this fight later on, it's going to affect money, it's going to affect what trainers you fight. It impacts the entire run, which is one of the things I love about RPG speedrunning, because you have to be able to route for that, adapt for that, and something that matters in the first 2 minutes of the run can impact something an hour later.
Yeah, Pokeguy having a ridiculously fast rival fight. I think he must have gotten like a 3-turn 2 crits or something, because Hwang got red bar out the gate and is still behind, and Juan is only slightly ahead, or was only slightly ahead. He now got an encounter. But Pokeguy, the 325 Mart entrance, Jesus, this is like...
And I think Juanly, I know he fainted. Did anyone else get vape strats?
Only Juan got vape strats.
Yep. Just want to double check. So we're going to be seeing variations from Juanlyways in the bottom left there. He's going to be doing a bit of different routing, and we'll point that out when it happens. But at the start here, we're going to be going up. We have to go get this Oak's parcel and bring it back to him. Just required because this, as you probably already assumed, is a glitchless category. Because if all glitches were allowed, this game would already be over. So at the start here, they're going to just talk to Oak, and Pokeguy's talking to him from behind. This is actually 100% faster in Yellow, because the rival kind of moves at half our speed because his hair has to flip between right and left to like do the swag kind of movement. Yeah. So by us walking up, since we're faster than him, we're shortening the distance from the bottom of the screen where he comes from. So since he has a shorter distance to walk, it's actually faster for us to walk behind Oak and hold B to walk through Pikachu so you don't bonk into him like a wall, and you're going to save time.
Yeah, he also pushes Pikachu out of the way when he goes up to talk to Oak if you don't talk to him from behind, so there's a lot of reasons that that's needed in Yellow. And now we're going to see how our racers do on their encounters on the way back.
No one's got an amazing encounter luck overall. The encounters in this part of
I would
Route
say
1,
that Pokeguy did, because he just got a 1 encounter total.
Oh, really? I thought he had 2. Wow, dang. Pokeguy's killing it right now.
Yeah.
An encounter is about 11 seconds, like 10.5, 11, if I recall. So, and it varies on the Pokemon cry that you get, but it's quite a bit of time loss if you get a bunch, and what average is like 3.5, 4 or something.
Well, we're
like
seeing
that.
we're seeing Hwangbro buy a lot of extra items in the shop, buying a lot of extra Pokeballs and potions in case of a missed Yola Ball. A lot of safety strategy here coming out from Hwangbro. Ender and Juan both picking up a lot of encounters on the way back, but now they're both into Viridian City. Pokeguy still in a slight lead over Hwangbro. Hwangbro did get very good encounter look as well on the last pass up.
So, looking at your bottom right, the first one to this brush here is going to be Pokeguy. So what he's going to be doing is he's going to be saving and hard resetting. And this is going to allow us to RNG manip, where the RNG is going to be the same from hard resetting the game here. And as long as they do this simple kind of movement with an A press thrown in, they're going to encounter a Nidoran. This Nidoran, Nidoran male to be specific, is going to be level 6 with really good stats. Most of the time, there's some RNG that goes into Gen 1 and Gen 2 manips like this. So it's going to be pretty likely that it works out for them, but every person has to be aware that their manip can still fail, so they need to check stats at some point. So, and it's kind of up to them.
It has got his Nido. Is he going to check stats immediately? No, he is going to go on the assumption that he has...
Okay, here's where he will probably check it. No, okay.
No,
So
Pokeguy
he's
going
go for
full on, just going to do the normal RTA stat checking. It looks like everybody also is using the main RTA Nido. There is a race Nido you can use that does not have issues with stats ever. Hwangbro did check stats early in case of a problem with the manip and did not get a bad stat problem with special. And now we have Ender and Juan both getting their encounters. Let's see if they hit the Yola Balls.
So getting the encounter is super easy in yellow. That did not look good on my screen for Juan. Yeah, he accidentally went into fight, it looked like, or canceled out of the menu.
Yeah.
So he missed the yellow ball.
Ender
let's
did
see
get
if
it.
Ender. Okay, cool. Sweet. So 3 out of 4 got the yellow ball. It's a really key thing to get this yellow ball down as you start doing more. Hwang did
Juan
the
just got a
same
red bar.
thing. Wow.
Juan
I
got a
didn't
red
even
bar
realize.
catch off of not getting the yellow ball.
Saving time. So red bar, if you've ever seen a Pokemon Red speedrun, red bar is kind of a thing that saves a lot of time. It's talked about a lot. Yellow has the same things, but it's a little bit nerfed, where it doesn't work exactly the same. We'll talk about it more as that becomes more key, but if you can do things that have jingle sounds like catching Pokemon or learning a move, or level ups in red bar, you're going to save time just like you would in Pokemon Red in Pokemon Yellow here.
And just to catch people up on this fight strategy here, on the first bug catcher, the racers are using 1 Leer on the first Caterpie and 2 Leers on the second Caterpie. And Pokeguy was very successful with that strategy. He got the exact best scenario: 4 turns on the first Caterpie and 3 turns of tackling on the second Caterpie. So he's in really good shape, but he is getting shredded by encounters.
Hey, he didn't have any at the start, so he's gonna make him up at some point.
Yeah,
Wow.
Oh, and he and Hwang. Oh, but they both get a third encounter, and they're neck and neck now.
So going into this next bug trainer, it's actually interesting because of how yellow was made, this trainer was actually added. He's only in yellow. So Metapod will normally only have Harden in these games, but because he was added in yellow, they updated the moveset. So this is one of the few Metapods you can fight that has the full moveset of Tackle, String Shot, and Harden, which is the only reason we fight him. If he had just Harden, like almost every other Metapod you can fight, we probably wouldn't fight him because it'd be a really slow fight. So this is going to be really key. If he hardens at the start, he can keep spamming Harden and make this fight really slow.
Yeah,
And
it's really annoying because the optimal strategy, if you are from neutral stuff, is to use Leer. So if he uses Harden, the optimal strategy is still to use Leer, and it goes into this terrible cycle.
yeah, it's just a logic loop, just like heal loops for like those video game people that are watching. So
I got a slightly better range though, and a 2-shot the Metapod, and now he is. Oh, he got
Early
an
Pidgey
encounter on the worst possible tile.
he's gonna catch it.
It looks like he's going to catch the encounter instead of going for the manip.
So this is interesting because he has 2 Pokeballs, so even if it breaks out, it's fine.
It can't break out now. As long as you get below 50%, I don't think it can break out.
Okay, so now he's not gonna go for the manip. He's just gonna walk on through. He can save time if he doesn't get encounters, and he is in red bar, which helps a little bit.
Yeah.
But if he gets 1 more encounter, he basically breaks even. And if he gets 2 more, he's going to lose time for this decision to catch the random Pidgey he found. Okay, cool. And it looks
Rewarded
like
for catching the random Pidgey with only
Yes.
1 extra encounter.
yeah, 1 extra encounter with red bar is pretty good. So you're gonna see Hwang here. So he just did the second manip of the run where you can catch a Pidgey, and then there's a cool trick that happened with this manip changed in the last 6 months or so, where now we get that Pidgey right on a tile below a hidden potion, and you can buffer an A-press right out of the fight, which will frame perfectly pick it up, so the game doesn't have time to load the map and the jingle for the item, so it just skips it. You can just pick up a potion in just a matter of moments, and you don't have to sit there for that dumb jingle that wastes time. So you can get a free potion now with this manip. It's really cool.
Yeah, it uses the same principle as getting the hidden full restore on the way to Vermilion City.
So we didn't say it yet, but why are they catching Pidgeys? Well, Pidgey isn't going to be the only other Pokemon we catch. In
Pokeguy
optimal,
with a 1302 forest exit. Keep going.
God, that's so good. Yeah, we only catch 2 Pokemon in this run. We catch the Nidoran, which is Manipped, and this Pidgey, which is Manipped. And the Pidgey is just going to be our fly friend. So we're just going to teach him fly, and that's his role. He's just going to allow us to warp from town to town later on. And we're going to pick up a little bit more throughout the run as well to teach other HMs too. So going into Brock, we're going to fight this minion here. So you might be wondering, do we need to fight all these trainers? Well, no. We're actually fighting a lot of optional trainers. And it's because what is different between Yellow? In Pokemon Red, you can pick Squirtle. Squirtle's great against Brock's gym. You know, rock, water, great. Pikachu isn't really good against Brock's gym. So we need a Pokemon that can beat Brock's gym fairly quickly. And that's going to be Nidoran. Nidoran's used for a number of reasons. We'll point them out as they become important. But one of the key things is at level 12, Nidoran learns the move Double Kick. And that is 100% the fastest way to even just beat Brock in Yellow, is just getting this Nidoran and leveling up to Double Kick so you can get through it.
And I do want to point out the racers are using a bit of a race strat on the Sandshrew here. So there are 2 ways that you can beat the Sandshrew. You can use 1 Leer, 2 Horn Attacks, and a Tackle, or you can use 2 Leers and 2 Horn Attacks. 2 Leers and 2 Horn Attacks is faster and better usually in normal runs of the game. But if you use that Tackle before the Horn Attacks in a race, you can see if the Tackle misses and make sure that you don't get killed by a crit from missing a range or something on the Sandshrew. So the racers using some race strategy on that Sandshrew fight.
Yeah, this route's going to be fairly different for any person that's watched the run, like world records even, in like the last year or so. But it's also going to be different from just general route PB strats, because they're going to do some things to be a little bit safer and just hedge their bets basically and pick up extra items and things like that. And every single one of these runners will probably do something a little bit different. So it's going to be really cool to do this. So now, if you look at Pokeguy, he is getting the worst part of Gen 1, which is moves that can trap you will continually trap you. So same thing that's happening in Wang here. So this Onyx knows the move Bind. So Bind will go for 2 to 5 turns, and we cannot move while we're being binded. It's not like in modern day Pokemon. We don't get a turn. And the worst part about this is it can kind of chain us together. So we need to, we're slower here, so he can just keep on binding.
Yeah, and it looks like Hwangbro also getting a little bit destroyed by Bind, but now out of it. So we'll see how far back Hwangbro ends up from the Brock fight. 1626 Brock from Pokeguy.
Which is really good with Bind. He would have been a low 16 in a race for that is really good Brock time.
Yeah. And one thing to know is you almost always heal during Bind, but you do not want to heal on Brock after you have used Double Kick on Onyx. And during Bind. If you do that, you will count as if you've double kicked him again and take additional bide damage.
Yeah, I think the explanation about that is the game checks what the last damage roll was. So even if you skip damage with like an item, not an actual move, it will check what the last move damage was. So it will just pretend like you double kicked again. So when bide does go off, it'll trigger and just murder you from full health. So Bide is actually what we want in optimal strats because we want to kind of get hit into low HP. Now, that can work out well. It can not, but it's honestly a pretty safe strat here. And everyone is almost through now.
Ta. Are we balanced now?
Hello? Hello? What is balancing?
Oh, sorry, guys. Hopefully, we can get that balanced.
Okay, so I'm fine. I can also become quieter too, so feel free to let us know. But with everyone through Brock, we're going to enter the time sync in yellow, which is kind of a lie because there's just time syncs everywhere in yellow. So this is Route 3. Route 3 is just a route where you can have a really insane start and just sink so much time here because so much can go wrong. Like Pokeguy's fighting this Ekans here. Ekans also knows Rap. Right on cue. Thank you,
Eminem,
Pokeguy.
rap god, right here.
So
And it crit him. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So he was 100% safe there. Rap will do the same damage every single turn. So it will do 4 in Gen 1 every single turn. So he knows it can end at 2 turns. So you might as well check and see if it ended so you can get the red bar. So yes, he got Rap for 2 turns, but now he has red bar for this. So I forget if that truly saves time, but I think he barely lost any time for the Rap because it was only 2 turns and it put him in red bar. So the crit was actually good from Rap.
Yes.
Oh, and one other thing, like red bar is a little bit different from Pokemon Red. If you've ever seen that speedrun, we actually have 3 things that can impact the speed based off your HP because color is a thing now. So green bar is going to be like a standard time that you're going to have. But if you ever have an orange HP bar heading into it, how many frames do you lose? Like
you lose
4
5 frames every battle you
5.
enter in yellow bar because it has to switch from the green bar at the beginning of the battle, which is hilarious. But then that's usually not relevant. What usually is relevant is that red bar, where if you're in red bar going into a battle, Pokeguy, you need to heal here, I think. Oh no, it's Metapod.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but the other Metapod earlier had Harden, like we said. Tackle, like we said. But this Metapod only knows Harden. There's no
so we
fear.
good. And he's gonna evolve here, so he's not going to need to heal for the next fight.
Yep.
I can see like the whole play with Pokeguy going back from Brock here because he was much looser with his HP. He didn't heal during bind, which set him up for the chance to get red bar. Hwangbro playing much safer, no chance to get red bar. He's now going to be slightly behind Pokeguy because of that safer play, healing during bind and Brock.
So, this is part 1 of why Nidoran is such a good Pokemon to speedrun in Gen 1 is it's a standard Pokemon kind of where like about level 16 you're going to hit its tier 2 evolution. So this final fight here, we're going to, be using Nidoran and it's pretty powerful. I'm going to spoil it a little bit. This is going to be the only fight we're going to see Nidorino in the entire run. So enjoy this back sprite because it's not going to stick around for long.
Hey, tackle actually is 94.53%. Thank you guys very much.
Yeah, decimals are important, guys. It actually really does matter, especially when you're calculating like back-to-back odds of like tackle misses.
Yeah.
Like it'll seem astronomically.
Yeah, with how like tightly Gen 1 is routed, it's actually important to be really careful with how you evaluate things like tackle RNG because like if you're going to say use like horn attack versus tackle in a fight, you have to calculate, okay, what are the chances of the moves critting? What do they do when they crit? What do they do when they miss?
So Pokeguy got an encounter on the 5 tiles. We have to walk behind that last to avoid a fight. And we're actually going to be depositing Pikachu. There's a number of reasons for this. For one, they're about to go into the heavy RNG section of the Manip, of Mount Moon Manip. So having Pikachu can kind of mess with RNG. It probably could be done to create a Manip that can work with Pikachu that goes a while, but with a bunch of floor transitions and stuff, Pikachu would just add so much complexity that it's not worth it. And he's gonna trigger cutscenes throughout the entire game. Like if we brought him to Bill's house, there's a little cutscene where he like goes up to Bill all confused because he's like a Pokemon but a human. So we deposit him because we're never gonna need him, and he's gonna just waste time regardless of manips.
Yep.
So
There is a strategy that exists with Mega Punch to continue keeping Pikachu until depositing at the Cerulean Center, but it is very, very dangerous and not usually used. So, yeah, we're going to see the Moon Manips now from Hwangbro and Pokeguy. Let's see about their execution. I doubt either of them will miss the execution on this.
yeah, so if anyone hasn't really watched too many runs or kind of seen what is going on here, so they're not just walking a specific path. I'm gonna be honest, if we just walked a specific path, I don't think anyone would complain that our RNG manips are that hard, right? But the hard part about it is there's mixed in A presses here, so every single tile on here, they need to know if there's an A press or not, and they need to have a visual cue, sound cue, something about where these A presses need to happen. And
Yes,
this
because it's not just about the
law.
amount of A presses, it's about where you press them to get everything lined up perfectly.
So an A press has like a 17 frame window to hit, which sounds like a lot, and it is. But how many A presses does this manip have, or even the original? It's like 30. I don't know. That could
It's
be
a
really
lot.
high.
Yeah.
There's a lot of A presses, and when you're under pressure from like a race or the people that are on world record pace coming in here, you can just flub it. So
Pokeguy doing triple input to the Moonstone.
that's really cool. So
I love to watch that.
yeah, triple input for that is just kind of a flex. So we picked up a Moonstone in this manip. We picked up a couple things, one of them being a rare candy, one of them being the Moonstone, and we're gonna instantly use the Moonstone to evolve into Nidoking. And this is the part 2 of why Nidoking is such a good Pokemon to speedrun in Gen 1. You can get his tier 3 evolution in 25 minutes here on a race. That's insanely fast. So now we're buffed up with stats. We're using Horn Attack and doing so much to the defense blessed primer here. It's insane how good it is to get.
Yeah, we have like an
early.
end game Pokemon at level 16 in Mount Moon.
And the downside of this to anyone who evolves Pokemon with stones early is you miss out on learning moves, right? That's actually not a downside in the speedrun. Every move that Nidorino learns is actually pretty bad, and we don't want to constantly be asked, would you like to learn this bad move, yes or no? If it's not going to ask us, great, I don't care. I want to just get the moves I care about. In Nidoking, he's going to learn one move, and that move is going to be amazing when we
Hwangbro crit Voltorb and got the range on Coughing and didn't get any Smogs. Pokeguy got hit by a Smog. Now getting an encounter, Hwangbro might pass Pokeguy here, and he does! Hwangbro has passed Pokeguy. A series of small differences in the fight, and Pokeguy gets a second encounter!
Wow, that's really unlucky. So, differences in yellow, yellow from red is there's going to be more story-driven kind of things that can happen. Like we got Pikachu, it's closer to the anime show, and Jesse and James are going to show up from time to time. It's actually kind of nice that they show up because they always have the 3 same Pokemon, and there's one particular place where you save 3 separate trainer fights, and you just have to fight them once. So there's a lot of variations between this version and the original Pokemon Red Blue.
And Pokeguy gets Rap here. Ekans coming in again. Eminem with the Rap God.
Every single time you see an Ekans, you just gotta fear for these runners here. So we're about to see a double kick used by Hwang on a low. Ew.
Oh, Hwangbro with the misplay.
That was a mistake. Okay, so Hwang here used double kick, which is a not very effective move on Coughing. So that's going to be really slow, but it's actually faster if it's going to die in one kick. And the whole reason that happens is we turn off animations, as you saw at the beginning with the options, but the reason why it's faster if you killed in one kick is every single move has 2 types of animations, actually. There's a flash
Even if you turn off the
animation.
options, yeah.
Yeah. Even if you turn them off, there's still default animation. Horn attack there will make Ekans flash for a bit. And if you watch it carefully, that's a really long flashing thing. But any move that can have extra text like double kick where it can kick multiple times, or let's say bubble beam where it can speed fall, the animation's actually different because they're trying to account for the time difference. So it'll just shake the Pokemon like just a few frames and that's it. So if you can ever use a shake move to finish, it's better because even if there's extra text, because it's so much faster, just get this little shake animation.
Juan also did get Wrap here, but he is not too far behind Ender. Ender just exited Moon at 28, and it looks like Juan is going to exit Moon at a low 29, so not too much difference.
Wang did too. I think Ender was the only one that didn't get Wrap.
Yeah.
So we picked up a hidden rare candy behind the house there. So... and we're going into one of the worst fights in the... Ooh, okay, good crit.
Pokeguy critting the Spearow, that's nice. But Hwangbro... Oh! Hwangbro must have gotten growled?
Yeah, I think so. So, the reason why this fight is so annoying is because Sandshrew here knows... Ooh, that's such a good crit. Pokeguy got really lucky. You don't want to get Sand Attacked. Sand Attack will lower your accuracy, but accuracy in this game is kind of like even more impactful because the stages are a little bit different. So you definitely don't want Sand Attack because with 2 Sand Attacks, your accuracy goes down to 50%, and after 1, it's just 67%.
Yeah,
So...
Hwangbro getting very lucky there and not getting punished at all from the growl. Pokeguy did get a lot of very, very good RNG and still was not able to even up the tide with Hwangbro.
So let's see if Ender can also get through this fight without getting Sand Attack wrecked. The sad thing with having 4 racers are the odds are one of them is going to have a bad time with Sand Attack. And looks like Ender rolled poorly on that one. So 1 Sand Attack can actually... Oh, he missed it. So 1 Sand Attack can be good. Because normally in Route 3... We didn't talk about Badge Boost. But normally... we talked about this a little bit earlier. But in Gen 1... when you unlock certain badges, the game wants you to feel more powerful. So Brock, when you get his badge, you get a badge boost to your attack. I think it's a 9/8 increase to your attack stat. Yep. So that's great, but they programmed it a little poorly. So that badge boost, if any of your other stats are ever changed, like your accuracy or your speed or what have you, anything besides attack, that badge boost will be reapplied. So you will be able to keep stacking. And this works for items we use as well. So it's not an actual, like, unavoidable glitch. So the word glitchless here, like, has to be open to some interpretation. A true glitchless run of this would be insane because there's a lot of natural glitches. So we don't really include that in the rule set of glitchless, but it makes a big difference on things like if you get Sand Attack from Sandshrew, you can actually 2-shot it, which 1 Sand Attack can be optimal because you can kill it with on the turn 2 and get through every single turn fine, because the double kick will then kill Eevee with the badge boost as well. But
I will just say here, Pokeguy pulled ahead again of Hwangbro because of a quick attack. They are just neck and neck here on the bridge, and Juan and Ender a little bit behind. Ender does have a slight chance of getting red bar. Oh, getting a quick attack where it actually did get into red bar. Ender might be able to catch up some time on Hwangbro and Pokeguy due to that red bar on the bridge. It's a very rare situation to get red bar here, so we might see some value out of that.
So we're going to see the runners here use the rare candies, and we have 2 currently, and they're going to go from level 21 to 23. And the reason why they want to do that is the one move Nidoking learns, he learns at level 23, and that move is Thrash. Ti, talk through why Thrash is just such an amazing move.
So Thrash lasts 3 to 4 turns, has a very high base power. It's a normal type, so it's not like ineffective against most things. And yeah, it just basically shreds most of the Pokemon that you fight against. The only place where it's not really useful is on the 4-turn Thrash Girl, where there are 4 Pokemon in a row that only die to Thrash. You don't have any other moves that can kill things in one hit, so you end up having to risk all 4 turns of Thrash on the 4-turn Thrash fight.
Yeah, so it basically winds up being a 75% chance roughly it goes your way, which isn't that bad. But the funny thing about Pokemon Red versus that same fight, that used to be the strat, but they pick up Mega Punch, which is 80% accurate. So you actually Mega Punch the first Pokemon just because it's 5% more in your favor than just going for the 4-turn Thrash fight, even if it's slightly slower.
Yeah, our narration may be a couple seconds behind the video, and sometimes it's difficult for us to keep track of all things going on at the same time. So sometimes we'll talk about something that happened 20-30 seconds ago, but we're trying. Trust us. There's 4 racers.
It's always me. It's always me.
Don't worry about it, dude. We got this. Okay, so they're finishing up Nugget Bridge. Let's try to get bridge times.
So Bridge is like the number 1.
34:35 from Pokeguy.
Ooh, that's nice. So Bridge is like one of the first times within the run where you're past the Manips and some of the really bad RNG that can just sink times, like Route 3 and Bridge here. So from here on out, for the next, I would say, at least 5 minutes or so, unless you get really unlucky, your times should be pretty consistent. So it's a pretty execution-heavy section for how early we are in the game right now.
So we also are seeing them get Charmander. Charmander is the fastest Pokemon to get for things like Dig and Cut, because it takes only like 9 seconds to pick it up. So even just getting any other encounter is slower than getting the Charmander. Like to catch it on top of any other encounter would just be slower. Like it's not even a competition. So we get Charmander, and the only questions then are whether you're going to need to nickname it or not. And there's some difficulty there. But Hwangbro critting the Onyx and not killing it. Oh, and then getting Bind.
That is so bad.
Oh,
and
that
Bind,
feels so bad.
I feel like every single runner has really bad luck with multi-turn moves.
Oh man, the Hwang had that sliver of hope to be right neck and neck again with Pokeguy, and then taken away by the missed range.
So you can already kind of see that we already saw a bit, but Thrash is just such a good move because you can just click it and it just does the entire fight for you. So this can only really come back to bite you on a fight on the boat against your rival, because there's 4 Pokemon there, and if you accidentally hit Thrash because you're so used to thrashing, you'll just die. So unless you get really lucky. So,
now in this race,
does.
just gonna talk about what's gonna happen next here. They're gonna need to do Misty, and they're gonna want to be level 25 for Misty. That's not gonna be a problem. Usually in RTA, Pokeguy might consider with 55 HP centering after Misty.
So Wanley here has to remember that he's on Vape strats. Just saying.
Oh yeah, that too.
This is the first like key part of the run where it's going to be different for Wanley. So there's a few different things you can do depending on the routes you're doing. So I just want to see if he's going to go fight Top Hiker. No. So he's for sure going to fight this guy called Gentleman later on. And that's where he's going to, for one, make up the XP and go that route. And he should be fine on money then. So the nice thing is, Wanley should be using a pretty recent route for the race, which doesn't have to change that much for if you have Vapor or not. Yep. Whereas the old route had more variations.
If I can just chime in real quick, on Vaporeon, I don't think you need Gentleman or Top Hiker for the new route. You can just do, I think it works with normal EXP, so Walnut should be okay.
That's insane. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, because you don't need to hit the leveling point for using 2 candies in Sylph anymore.
Oh, that's so nice.
But it still might be help. Yeah, I think that Juan being behind here would want to try to avoid using Gentleman to try to catch up.
Yeah, just get the time save then. Yeah,
Yeah.
If that avoids that, that's awesome.
And yeah, so I'm expecting here to see the racers take the center before Misty because a lot of them have lower HP, and in the race you really don't want to be risking anything with Misty. I'm also interested to see which of them are going to save for Misty because it is possible to not save and be totally fine. The money can work out okay even if you die and have to go back, spawning in the Cerulean Center. But it takes some time, and it's not entirely safe without the save. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
between the centering and the saving.
Misty can be a really interesting fight as well because no one's going to do it here because it'd be a terrible idea in a race. In PB attempts, if you really want, you can even go for a strat where you center after Misty and just take whatever HP you have into Misty and hope for the best. So if somehow you add a really damageless bridge, you can push the HP onto next section, which could be slower but also safer for the actually more scary splits. So there's a lot of decisions that go into that.
It looks to me like Pokeguy has skipped the Cerulean Center, like I was saying. In the usual RTA run, you can go straight, and he might get punished with Supersonic.
Oh no!
He does not get punished.
Okay.
Not yet, at least. But there's
No.
Tail Whip, and then on turn 2,
and
he does
just
hurt
has Tail
himself.
Whip, so he does way more damage to himself here.
Oh no!
He has to swap out.
He's swapping out.
Yeah, so this should not kill, if I recall. Okay. Oh, crit. Never mind. Of course it'll kill.
Rewarded, but still punished.
Well, Pinkus, I called late center bad in a race because if you don't center or don't save, it's bad. I would say if you're centering, saving for Misty.
He probably
and
needs to
centering
save
after
for Misty
is
now.
whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
he definitely has to save.
this is a fine strategy, and we'll see if Hwangbro saves as well. I would think that Hwangbro might skip saving to try to save time on Pokeguy here because he's full HP. He does save. Okay, so the racers are both saving.
This is really interesting. There's been a lot happening. So yeah, Ender has really made up some ground on these two because of some odd luck here and there.
Oh, Pokeguy getting the crit and water gun, so he should be fine.
Yep.
And he gets crit too, so he is in red bar. Wow. Pokeguy's strategy paying off seriously.
I would imagine he's going to center after. But Wang is also in red bar too.
And now, the racers are both about exactly the same red bar, 14 and 15 HP respectively.
Yeah, I'm gonna imagine that both these racers take the extra safety of centering, but who knows? Someone could do something crazy.
The guy has to because he's not yet centered in Cerulean.
Oh yeah, okay. He skipped it. But Hwang, is he going to skip it or center again? Okay.
And
so
Hwang skips it.
His
I
potion
like this
count
play
is
from
probably
Hwang.
pretty good then too.
Yeah.
He
has more potions.
You would never do this if you were super low on potions.
I like the strategy from Hwang because he needed something to get that edge back ahead of Pokeguy, and I think that's a great place to try to take a risk.
And especially if your potion count is high, you just want to. There's going to be some Rattatas and Raticates that are going to do quick attack, and you just have to play a little bit safe right before them because they can quick attack, kill you. If you keep getting them, you're going to get low, and you just have to kind of take the annoyance of having the potion in a fight you normally wouldn't have to.
Ender is taking the center after Misty, and I think I'm going to just point out here, Wave Warrior is probably correct that we will see Gentleman Candy from Hwangbro with this red bar strategy. Now we're going to see that full restore pickup I was talking about in the underground here. Because the map is loading the exact tile that you're going underground, you can pick up the full restore and get no jingle even though it's a hidden item.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's the same thing as that potion before. It's just a free full restore for almost no time at all.
And all 4 of our racers are through Misty, with Juan finishing at the 43-minute mark.
So these tiles here, you can get an encounter just like any other tile.
Hwangbro gets no
like,
encounters.
Yeah, I feel like for whatever reason,
Pokeguy gets an encounter.
Always get encounters here. It's such a feel bad moment.
It's a Pidgeotto.
Wow, it's not even the no wait, yeah, you can get Jigglypuff here, I think, right?
Yeah,
or is
you
that
get
red. I don't know.
You can get a lot of cool Pokemon in that grass. Is that the 1% encounter? I don't think I've ever seen that. I'm gonna look it up.
Maybe, yeah.
Let's go to the reference.
The encounter slots, yeah.
Yeah. So what is that route? 6? I can't remember what route that is.
I think it's 8 or 9.
Yeah, route 8. It might be 8. Yeah.
Is it 5?
8. It's route 5.
Someone says 5. I don't know my routes. I should be kicked off of commentary for that. I'm sorry.
It's a 5% if it's route 5.
Okay.
It's also a 5% on 6.
Ew, it's a 5% encounter. Okay, yeah. Oh, Head Bob just double check for us. Sweet.
So, we are seeing the racers set up their bag with repels for Rock Tunnel, and Pokeguy is a little bit back of Hwangbro now with that encounter. Between the center and the encounter, almost 30 seconds difference between Hwangbro and Pokeguy opened up.
Yeah, it's going to be mainly selling Bide, which we don't need, the Nugget, which is worth a ton of money, and the repels, I'm pretty sure we're only going to see the 3 repels, but someone could be trying a different repel route to save some money, but we need 3 repels basically to get us to Celadon City. So they're going to buy the 3 here because they need a sell anyways, and I think this is the first area you can actually buy repels. So we just buy 3 to get us through to where we can buy super repels.
And we're seeing them teach Bubble Beam on the boat here. The step after they enter, they are doing that to burn a turn frame that you would usually get if you didn't use any menus. When you're walking through, like when you enter a building or any other map and you start walking, if you don't use any menus, then the first time you turn, you'll lose 2 frames. But if you've used a menu already, you don't lose those 2 frames. So what they do is they enter the boat, they immediately teach Bubble Beam because they have to, and then they can start turning and not lose those 2 frames. So
this is the fight where you definitely don't want to thrash, because this Sparrow is kind of tempting to thrash because, you've been thrashing a bunch of Sparrows throughout it. So Thrash would kill these first 2 Pokemon, but then the third is going to come out, and that's going to be a no good one to thrash. Sandshrew will not die to Thrash unless it crits, and then if you do randomly Thrash, and plenty of people have done it, you need to crit the Sandshrew, and you need 4 turn. So when you do get it, though, it's insanely fast.
Chat, if we could calm down a bit, I don't want to have to start moderating. I love you guys.
So Hwang didn't fall for the Spearow bait. That's good. So yeah, we were mentioning before that Hwang is in red bar, so he's probably going to fight trainer here, the gentleman, which I referred to before expecting Hwanli to, but he doesn't have to. But Hwang, since he's in Red Bar, is probably going to fight this Gentleman character because it's pretty fast in Red Bar, and then it guarantees some ranges in the next coming splits. So it's actually a pretty good one to do in Red Bar.
Yep, it's quite the good strategy here. I like Hwangbro doing the Gentleman strategy with Red Bar because it makes it very, very safe to have Red Bar for the whole fly split. The only issue is you might have to save and redo Surge a couple times, and Pokeguy taking the option not to do Gentleman to, again, try to just get some edge back over Hwangbro. So Pokeguy's going to have a lot of extra danger on the fly split. Hwangbro is going to have a little bit more danger on the Surge fight, assuming that he goes in at his current HP, trying to take advantage of the Gentleman Candy strategy. Gentleman Candy allows you, with the extra experience from the Gentleman fight itself, to get to level 29 and outspeed the Surge Raichu. So with that outspeed, you only... and the additional damage actually makes it almost always 2 turns. So you can only ever get damaged once by Surge if you do the Gentleman strat, whereas you can get easily damaged 3-4 times if you don't do the Gentleman strat.
And one thing that's different, once again, it's like the anime, Surge was only going to have his Raichu, but this level is actually pretty buffed up compared to a normal Pokemon we'd fight around here. So this Raichu knows 2 moves that really suck to try to deal with. Mega Kick is one that's 70% accuracy, and then Mega Punch, which is 80% accuracy. And if Mega Kick hits and crits, it's going to be a bad time. So that's the number one thing that we're trying to avoid. And Pokeguy getting really good cans luck.
Kevin Cans, so I came up with the can search strategy here, going up the middle first, and Hwang also using it. No switch there.
Okay,
oh,
let's see it. This could be a really good can. Ah, he didn't get.
That is unfortunate.
Cans are bugged in yellow. They don't work how it should. Like the game, it's supposed to be a can that's nearby, but for whatever reason, if it's the middle column, it's 90%. It's going to be in the top left. Don't ask why. It's weird. Just know that that's a thing.
Pokeguy also does not die to Surge, so Pokeguy, and also a very high HP, so not going to have as much risk as you usually would on the fly split with that extra HP. Hwangbro also healed a lot for Surge, so he's not going to be taking advantage of the red bar that he had. It looks like he's going to be taking advantage of the safety.
Down to it.
He could take a Mega Kick crit here and be in red bar.
Yeah, I think that was his primary goal, was to be able to live the Mega Kick crit that I alerted to. You'll see Mega Punch isn't that bad, but the main problem is crits, because in Gen 1, crit is actually based off of the Pokemon's base speed value. So Raichu is a decently fast Pokemon. So its crit rate's actually higher than you would expect with like modern day Pokemon games. Oh, Ender got a really good cans, and Juanlyways also in there. Oh,
both Ender and Juan going straight into Surge. Juan did not save for Surge though. I am interested with Juan not saving. I don't think he did Gentleman. I think, from what I'm seeing, Ender must have done Gentleman and Juan not. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. But they would be neck and neck again now. Very good turn 1 for both of them.
Yeah. Mega Kick there.
Looks like they're fine. Yep.
Yeah, both fine. Great.
Yep.
Everyone made it through Surge. That is a really bad fight to die on and having to load your save. I mean, you save for it most of the time, but I like Juanly's play of taking the risk.
Yeah, I'm not sure, though, why Ender didn't use the rare candy immediately to get that extra speed against Raichu. It looks like he's saving the rare candy for some other situation. We'll have to find out later what he's saving that rare candy for, maybe to not have to pick up a later rare candy.
So we're going to get the bike here, and the bike is really key because it's fast.
It's 9 frames per step instead of 17 for walking, and with the number of steps that you take, it's not even close.
we're also going to teach Thunderbolt to Nidoking. Don't question Nidoking's move pool because it does not make any sense. So we're going to teach it Thunderbolt, which is going to be really key, and honestly it's not used that much. We're going to use it in the rock tunnel, which is coming up here, and then we basically save it for the end game for basically a Gyarados, and that's about it. So we're just going to have Thunderbolt. It is a shake move though, because it has the paralyzed chance, so from time to time you'll see it used as a shake move. But I think right now everyone should have Bubble Beam as well, which is another shake move, and as long as everyone's following the standard, Bubble Beam's in the 4th slot of their move pool, and you can actually wrap over. So the default cursor position's 1, and if you just press up, it throws you to the bottom. So whenever we need a shake move, we generally use Bubble Beam because it's 1 cursor move away.
Looks like Juan getting a little bit faster through the menuing on the bicycle. They were neck and neck, but Juan getting that faster menuing over Ender. Now they're going into the 4-turn Thrash fight, which Hwang and Pokeguy have both successfully gotten through.
Yeah, for Hwangbro here, since he did the Gentleman Candy route, he can thrash this fight like no problem at all. So the Venonat,
but Pokeguy crit the Venonat here, so he does not have an issue
have to
with the
worry
range.
about it either.
Yes,
Yeah,
there's a range there if you're not on Gentleman route.
Exactly. So that's one of the small benefits that happens when you go for Gentleman. But Pokeguy, who didn't have to fight Gentleman, just avoided one of the potential time losses, air quotes, compared to Gentleman. So
we're gonna see an awesome menu here from Pokeguy with the repel.
Exactly. Rock Tunnel here is all dark, and you would think that this would be really hard to see. And I've even seen people ask runners, like, do you have like a dot in the middle of your screen so you know where you are? I mean, it looks impressive, but as someone who's run the game, it's really not. Like, it's really easy to just kind of learn Rock Tunnel with like it being dark because you can still see the walls. Gen 3's repeat of this, where you just have a little like circle around you, is actually much harder to like get through the movement of it, and the bike is also faster.
So we might see Hwangbro set up Red Bar here. He does not. So
No.
Hwangbro continuing to be very safe.
Yeah.
Despite being a little bit behind Pokeguy.
So the Keybone there and the Slowpoke there, depending on your HP, you can force to take a hit from them. And as long as you don't get really unlucky, you can get in Red Bar to save yourself that time. And I know we kind of said Red Bar saves you some time. The number one thing that it's saving is like the Jingle Ups, like we said, but also in general fights, it skips Pokemon Death Cries in this game. Whereas in Red, it also skips the entry cries as well. So
it looks like Ender's use of Gentleman has allowed him to pull slightly ahead of Juan with some of the ranges happening, and potentially also the 4-turn Thrash fight RNG on this Rock Tunnel Fly Split. And we'll see how they do on the Cubone and Slowpoke here. It looks like Pokeguy is also through the Oddish fight okay, and Hwangbro is just entering it. Let's see how Hwangbro does against this very risky Oddish. Oh, but he did Gentleman,
yeah,
so he
is
has no risk.
So that Oddish can paralyze you and put you to sleep. Both are bad, but if you do Gentleman, you don't have to deal with 50% with crit or something like that.
Yeah.
Chance of getting status. So and it also knows Absorb too, and status is 75% because it's used by the opponent. Pokemon Gen 1 is weird. Certain moves are actually like nerfed for your opponent, but not for you. Like status moves are, right? Like the odds are reduced.
Yeah, all those status moves have an additional 25% chance to miss. So that's that's crazy. I will point out here, I love this hiker fight in TAS. In the TAS Pokemon Blue, you don't have enough Ball Beam PP here, so you intentionally Thunderbolt the Geodudes, and then they self-destruct themselves, and you minute both them to use self-destruct and the self-destruct to miss, to Gen 1 miss. So you get 3 like uses self-destruct, Gen 1 misses, uses self-destruct, Gen 1 misses in a row, and kill the Geodudes.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know what Gen 1 miss is, hopefully it doesn't really happen, but every single move has a 1 in 256 chance to miss in Pokemon Gen 1, unless you use an item called X Accuracy. And we're going to be using a bunch of them here to not avoid that glitch. That'd be really weird if we were just doing that to avoid Gen 1 misses. It's for different reasons. But yeah, every single move, even if it's supposed to be 100% accurate, can miss. And it probably will pop up, and we might honestly miss it, because it's very easy to miss them, because your opponent can Gen 1 miss as well.
That is interesting
Yeah,
to enter
there's a
Candy
few,
30
like,
to 31 there. That is very interesting. I've never seen that strategy before. I am very interested what that's going on. I will have to interview Ender about that after the race.
Yeah, that was different. So I'm excited to hear about that later too. I wonder what the XP marks are then. I don't know. But yeah, certain moves can't miss either too, like Swift Bide, because it's taking the damage and just applying it. It doesn't roll accuracy.
For the record, I candied there because I forgot to.
Okay, that explains it. The
Hopefully
commentators were
worked out.
confused for good reason. No worries, Ender. So usually you use that candy immediately after getting it from the boat and go to 29 so that you outspeed the Raichu. And we're going to see here Pokeguy getting the underground elixir, top elixir even. If he could get top elixir?
Yeah.
That
So-
strategy allows you to save 2 frames in the next little room here, because you can enter the room from the top and then not have to turn. I'll talk about the turn frames again. Save 2 frames.
Wow, saving 2 frames, even though we called like yellow bar entry like pretty negligible, and then we praise like top elixir because we saved 2 frames. But it's because it's controllable, right? Like it's my execution, and Hwang also going for top elixir. Gets it. Look at these people.
Beautiful 2 frame saves from Pokeguy.
Wadley and
Hwangbro.
Ender have to do it now. They have to do top elixir. I don't care if they know a cue for it. They have to.
Yeah, it is not really that difficult, as Wasop will point out here. But it is cool to see the level of optimization these runners have taken to the game.
Yeah, honestly, it's just counting the bike pedals, which, like, in my like opinion, can actually be like a little difficult because like it happens pretty quick. But like if you get used to just counting them, it's just I think it's 16 and a half or something, and then you just turn down and it's perfect. Or yeah, you can use flow timer too, which is a metronome timer, and then that's super easy because the moment you hear the sound, you just turn down, and it's great.
Now, the racers are also going up the stairs on the right side to grab all the items. It used to be common to take the elevator on the way up and then take the stairs on the way down, but now they are
You
taking...
didn't grab it.
Yes, there is also a current race, or not even race route. The current route of Pokemon Yellow has an option not to grab the underground elixir. I was just talking earlier in the Yellow Discord, the Yellow channel in the Pokemon Speedruns Discord, about all the different routes available. I made a new paste to like kind of conglomerate the routes. Wasop maintains a crib sheet of like changes that he's constantly making to the route, because there's like tiny optimizations with menuing that are happening all the time. And just recently there was a change made back from not getting the underground elixir to getting the underground elixir. So it looks like Enderborn sticking with his muscle memory and not getting the underground elixir. Hwangbro and Pokeguy opting to use all the latest optimizations and get the underground elixir again.
And then Juanly also skipped it as well. But he got the extra nugget to sell here, so he's probably taking extra safety. I don't know if that's in X items or where he's trying to use that money, but all the money up till this point has happened for this moment. We're doing this shopping here, and this is going to be the rest of the shopping for the entire run.
I also love when you enter this gatehouse here from the bottom, you end up on the top tile there.
Yeah, you teleport up
Single
there.
tile movement optimization. only available in yellow. And Hwangbro, oh, I love Hwangbro. I love Hwangbro so much. He's using my bike to the fly house strategy that I found from tassing that saves 9 frames if you do it optimally.
Wow, that's like 4 top elixirs. That's insane. So what they're doing here is they're teaching Rock Slide. Rock Slide is a great move, actually, despite how its accuracy. And we're only going to use it 4 times this entire run. We go through all the trouble of going up there to get Rock Slide, but yes, we also get Ice Beam now. But even before we got Ice Beam, you still go get Rock Slide, literally just because the 4 Pokemon we have to Rock Slide are so annoying to deal with. It's worth it.
Yeah,
it's just worth it.
The Ghastlies are so bad that you get a move just to deal with the Ghastlies.
So we're going to see the first use of X accuracy by our leader Pokeguy here. So we got the move Horn Drill. In Horn Drill in Gen 1, if we're not higher level, if we are faster than the Pokemon, we are going to one-hit KO it, but it only has 30% accuracy. Well, X accuracies are more expensive, as you might have noticed in the shopping in Gen 1. And the reason for that is they just skip the accuracy check. It doesn't
They
raise
remove the concept of accuracy from the game.
So you'll just always hit. So as long as you're faster, we're going to do it. Now, this Nidoran had Manip speed as well. It has 15 speed, so it is the fastest it possibly can. And it can learn Horn Drill. So if we use that in combination with X speeds and badge boosts and things like that, we can basically route out any really bad fight and just Horn Drill it. It's a really great thing, and that's why they bought the most X items of X accuracies. Despite them being very expensive, it is 100% such a good move in this game to just get X accuracies and kind of skip the bad fights.
Another cool thing that I think I just saw Ender do, and we're going to probably see Hwanli do, is that there's a strategy you can do with double input in the fly menu. When you use fly, you can hold down and then just alternate pressing left and right to reapply the down button and fly to places optimally.
And if you're
There's
lazy,
a huge
you
window
can
for it, so
down
it's
too.
yeah, it's very easy to do that double input. I do not think that Juan did it, but after watching that.
Yeah, he just did the double down. So, but one of the things you can do in yellow too is if you just hold down, it does a fast cursor move, which is slower for this fly, but you can use it in other places because the cursor will just move very fast.
Yeah, there was a recent popular YouTube video where somebody watched Pokeguy's run and called it times accuracy, which is not remotely accurate to what it does. Pokeguy with the swag elixir. There's a lot of swag strats in the Gen 1 Pokemon games where you can turn frame while picking something up and or pushing a boulder, for instance, in the Victory Road. And then you get that effect where you're looking in a different direction from the thing that you pick up.
So one of the things you could do is this is a free heal that's going to happen when you walk over that heal pad. Your party's going to be healed. If you really wanted to avoid it, it's definitely not worth it. But there is a trainer to the right that you could pull out fight. I think she has a hunter, and that will let you skip the heal pad. It's definitely not worth in yellow, but there's been in times that, like in red, you could skip the heal pad by fighting her. Which no one does anymore. So yes, these Ghastlies know 3 moves. They know Lick, which has a 30% chance to paralyze. They know Nightshade, which is 23 damage because every single one of them is 23. That's the good one. If you miss Rock Slide and you get Nightshade, you're pretty happy. And then the last one is Confuse Ray, I think.
Yeah.
And
they like Lick, Confuse Ray, and Rock Slide, right?
Well, not Rock Slide, Nightshade, but yeah.
Yeah. Rock Slide's the move you're using against them. I'm dumb.
Yes, exactly. So there's only 4 Ghastlies, and that move is literally only used for those 4 Pokemon. So this is going to be an odd contention point of the run. If you look at Hwangbro's screen here, he is going to use an item called Pokedoll. What Pokedoll does is it allows you to end a fight of a Pokemon. So like a wild Pokemon encounter, you can basically run away. Well, the way that that fight is coded, it's a wild encounter because you can run away from it if you don't have the Self Scope. So Pokedoll will work on it. And the way that the flags are kind of configured, Pokedoll will set that fight as a victory, and that flag, the victory flag for that fight, is the exact same one that the story checks if you've done the Self Scope. So using the Pokedoll will basically flag the story progression that, yes, you used Self Scope in that fight and you ran away from it. Even though that's not what happened, the game interprets it as such, and therefore it's not a glitch.
Yeah. And there was a recent data leak from Game Freak about things like these, their internal bug tracker and things about what's a glitch and what's not a glitch.
Which is just a text editor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in Yellow we can definitively say that it's not a glitch, as it was that bug log was marked as intended, but the debate still goes up to Pokemon Red and Blue if it is a glitch technically, because since Yellow came out later, you can argue that they said it's intended because they're not going to fix it. That's how Red and Blue work. It's not a big deal. But for Yellow, now that we have those, anyone that says it's a glitch because the developers didn't intend it, we have proof now. So we're going to use Fly to go back to Celadon here, and they're going to center, and the reason they're centering is actually to set their warp point. We are going to be using Dig quite a bit in this run, and you might have wondered when TI mentioned before, like, we're going to teach Dig. Why would you use Dig? Dig in this gen does some pretty cool stuff. So Dig is going to act like teleport in certain buildings. So because we have Dig, and we saw it before when Charmander used Dig to go back to Cerulean City. I don't think we pointed it out, though, that we want a centralized warp point that when we dig out, we can just immediately go do things. And Celadon City is a really good place for that because it's kind of centralized around where we want to go.
Yeah, I mentioned briefly setting dig waypoints for Cerulean when you dig back from Vermilion, but I didn't mention it with Celadon. It's very useful also with Celadon because it's so central to a lot of the different the places that you need to go. It lets you get right back to the bicycling road. And Hwangbro and Pokeguy here are getting actually pretty close again while they're fighting the guy guarding Earthquake.
Yeah, there are a few different routes. This is the early Earthquake route right now, so I don't know if the late Earthquake route is race viable at all, but they're going to be doing the same things here. They're going to be getting... This one guy is guarding 3 really good items. He's guarding Rare Candy, a Horndrill, not Horndrill, an Earthquake TM, and a Carbos. And Carbos is going to give us enough stat XP to be faster than some key Pokemon early or later. For those of you not familiar with Gen 1, stat XP is basically just like EVs of later Pokemon gens, but it's not capped. It's kind of like Let's Go, if any of you have played that, where you can basically train every single stat equally.
Yeah, I love how Let's Go kind of brought that back where you can just massively overpower Pokemon by training all the stats. But they did it with the AP system. Anyway, Pokeguy now here has Earthquake for Arbok, and Hwangbro is teaching Earthquake. We saw them swap it to the top of their inventory and then use the Carbos, warping their cursor back to the top of the inventory because they ran out of Carbos, and then they were right on top of Earthquake again to teach it. A little menuing trickery there.
And then we saw Hwang here. This is another place where they're going to use the 2 rare candies to get to certain XP marks throughout the run. Pokeguy, yeah, he does it after the fight, I believe. So just a little bit different placement of those. Or, yeah. So that happens after the fight, whereas Hwang does it before for some probably slightly different. Oh yeah, gentlemen. That's why. It was slightly different. You do it before the fight if you did gentlemen, and you do it after the fight if you don't. Thank you, chat, for reminding me.
And both the runners now using the current Ice Beam route, I believe, where they have not candied after the Arbok, so we're going to see them need to use X speeds on this Sylph rival fight.
So Sylph here is actually not that scary of a fight here. This is kind of the first rival fight where you can kind of breathe and relax. That now we're kind of ready for it. Like, we have Horn Drill, we can do all these great things. So
Oh no, Pokeguy did get the level 36 for this fight.
Yep.
Oh, they both did. Okay, interesting.
They just rare candied at different points because Hwang was on Gentleman, I guess.
Very interesting, because one of the current Ice Beam routes does not use the candying to 36 strategy and has to X speed on Sylph Rival.
Yeah, so if you're 36, it's actually really easy to deal with.
Yeah.
Because you just X accuracy, don't die turn 1, and then you just Horn Drill everything except you Earthquake one of the Pokemon, like Magneton here, and that's it. So Ender's also entering this, so this is a pretty long fight, so it's not there's still some good gap, but all of our racers are keeping in pretty good pace with one another. So we're going to be picking up the final Pokemon we need to teach HMs to, which is Lapras. We need a Pokemon that can learn Strength and Surf, and there are actually 2 candidates in Yellow. So we can talk to Officer Jenny after beating Surge, and she will give us the Squirtle, which is a good Pokemon, and it only knows 2 moves. So if you teach it Strength and Surf, you don't have to teach over a move. But Officer Jenny really likes to talk, so it's actually faster to just get Lapras. 3 moves. Oh wait, Lapras is the one with 2 moves, right? And then
yes.
Squirrels is the one with... I reversed it, sorry.
So Lapras gets a lot of advantage from not having to overwrite any moves.
And Officer Jenny talks less. Wow, you reversed that completely. But yeah, the main reason why you want Lapras is because it takes a lot of time to overteach a move.
So we do see Juan using the Ice Beam route I was talking about that doesn't candy before this self-rival fight, and so he had to use X speed to be able to outspeed everything. But Ender, using the Gentleman Candy strat, did have enough experience and everything to use the candies like Hwang and Pokeguy did.
It's really fun watching a race where everyone's kind of at the same point, and then you just see Juanly at level 34 compared to everyone's like 36, 38. So you're like, what happened? It's like, it's just completely different routes.
Yep.
That's one of the cool things about Pokemon speedrunning is there are a ton of different routes, and it is entirely possible to just kind of find something new, find your own strategies that you like.
Pokeguy getting guard spec from Giovanni here. Guard spec is double guard spec. Guard spec is has a chance to be used by Giovanni on each of the Pokemon. He has a couple guard specs, and when he uses them instead of letting the Pokemon use their attacks, you are very happy. Because a lot of the attacks, like Persian using Growl, are dangerous. And this Giovanni fight was recently rerouted because we wanted to not have to worry about the Growl from the Persian. And we didn't want to set up on the first Nidorino because Nidorino can use Fury Attack and lose a lot of time. So now that they're Earthquaking immediately for the first 2 Pokemon, and then setting up X accuracy on the Rhyhorn and drilling the last 2 Pokemon.
So Pokeguy is going to be doing something that might seem a little odd right now. He's actually going to go all the way to the Safari Zone. So now that we have the Pokeflute, we can wake up the Snorlax and progress. Woo! Now that's a catchy tune. So the reason why we want to go to the Safari Zone at this very particular point, we finally are at the point in the run where we have almost all the items we need for the entire run. And Gen 1 has a bag limit, actually. You can only have 20 items, if I recall correctly.
Yep.
And those 20 items are... If we can fill our bag with 20 items, when someone tries to hand us an item, like the gym leaders, they basically say like, "Oh, your bag is full. Please come back," and they stop talking to us. So
Which is
some of them,
amazing. Oh yes, not
so
being talked
good.
to.
because like it's just like one text box, and it saves a lot of time.
And we are seeing Enderborn successfully navigate the Giovanni fight. Juanlyways starting the Giovanni fight. Pokeguy getting the hidden rare candy on Cycling Road. Hwangbro also now going to Cycling Road, getting the hidden rare candy, I am going to assume here. Yes. And now they will go, like you said, to the Safari Zone, fill up the rest of their bag, and then I think they're going to go fight Sabrina first here, because they did the early candying strat.
There are some different strats with HP, I know, and I think that it's still variable, and I think you're right based off of what I remember from their HP, but we could see something change. Yellow now has kind of a variable gym order. We have 3 gyms we want to fight kind of back to back to back, and we can kind of now base it off of what the HP is to kind of be more optimal and utilize Red Bar to its fullest.
Yeah, lots of very, very advanced strategy being brought into the routes here. Oh, Hwang with a little bit of a misstep.
That's going to cost him the entire race. I'm calling it now.
The biking not as difficult in Gen 1 with a 9 frame per step. In Gen 3 we saw earlier with Sapphire, you saw probably a lot of slight issues with biking from G. Hines because the bike is only 4 frames per step. But in Gen 1 here, a lot bigger windows with 9 frames per step, and you don't usually see those sort of missteps from the top runners.
Oh, definitely. And just to kind of point out how crazy it is when it is 4 frames, in that run in particular, they also have to dodge fights by working on 0 like mistakes, because if they make one tiny mistake in 4 frame windows, they will get an entire fight. And it's
There's
really
a
hard.
really cool strategy I think we're going to see from Hwangbro here. If you exit the item bag while buffering up, you can move your cursor to the bicycle without actually losing any time doing so. So we should see Hwangbro, even though you didn't see the cursor move to bicycle, when he tries to bike next, it will be on the bicycle.
Which is great after you just dig out. The very first thing you want to do, because it takes you off your bike if you're on it. And we're not going to be here, but even if you were, it'd take you off your bike, is get back on your bike. So yep, Sabrina by Pokeguy here. Sabrina is the only fight in the entire route, basically, where nothing can go wrong. It's great. Well, not the only fight, but this gym leader is completely free as long as you don't make a mistake. Because for whatever reason, Sabrina just leads with an Abra. And this isn't a special Abra. This Abra knows teleport. So that's it. So we're going to set up 2 X items. This X accuracy. I think, yeah, we're still going to need the X speed here. And then we're going to be faster than the Alakazam at the end. So it's just Earthquake, Earthquake, Horn Drill time. So Ender is now getting to the end of the Safari Zone as well, and the Golden Teeth is the 20th. No, it's the 19th item here, and then what we're gonna get here is the HM3, which is the 20th item. So now that we have 20 items, that's why we dig out and start heading to Sabrina, because now we can fight the gym leaders because they won't give us their TMs.
So we were correct here with the analysis that they were going to Sabrina after the Safari Zone, utilizing Sabrina's experience to have a little bit more for...
Ender went to Koga.
And ooh, Ender with going to Koga. Okay, yeah, there is a lot of variable strategy here with different HPs and even just different opinions about the best way to handle the current routes. I don't think that the Abra has teleport there, Head Bob. I think it has Flash.
Oh, Flash. Did I say teleport? I'm sorry. I meant to say Flash. Yeah, it only has Flash, and we use an X accuracy, so the accuracy falling doesn't matter. I just see an Abra, and I just think teleport.
But in all the task strategy, we always manipulate the fail there if we have to set up.
So, and Juanly is doing a different gym leader. He is fighting Erica next. So we get to all three possible starts being done here. So that's really cool. That really points out to exactly how many different versions of Yellow there currently is. And some of it might be older routes, but there is a lot of variation right now. So it's really cool to see.
Yeah, Juan's thing is one of the very current strategies. The thing Hwang and Pokeguy are doing usually is more of a race strategy where you get the extra experience.
Yeah, so at this part in the game, it's basically a boss rush mode. We have 3 badges, and we're going to very quickly go up to 6, then 7, and then we'll basically just go to 8, and then we're gonna get to the E4. So there's a few extra required areas we have to go through, but it's just beating these gyms and routing best you can. Okay, so luckily Pokeguy didn't. He has to swap out here on the hip now. Actually.
Oh yeah, a little bit danger here because he got hit by that confusion from. He got confused by confusion. So okay. Here's the deal. So Hwangbro and Pokeguy also were able to use Thrash on the first juggler in Koga's gym because of their strategy with routing experience doing Sabrina first. That saves 2 seconds. Also, Enderborn right now fighting Koga, but has not yet done Sabrina. So though Enderborn looks like he is ahead, he is not because he's an entire gym behind Hwangbro and Pokeguy. Juan over in Celadon is fighting Erica because he needs Erica's experience to get everything lined up correctly to go to the mansion.
Just a bunch of different things. So Hwang actually used his full restore here. So I think he picked up the full restore in Safari then, because otherwise I don't think you would full restore there, because you'd only have 1, and then you would be getting toxic, which is not a fun item to get.
Yeah, in Yellow you usually use those 2 full restores. It's very useful to get both. In Red it's more where you have the option to not pick up one of the full restores.
And if you do get put to sleep, the nice thing about Gen 1 is Pokeflute's actually usable in fight. So if you do get put to sleep, you can just use the Pokeflute. So runners are actually very good at menuing down to the Pokeflute. The moment you see fell asleep, you just muscle memory, hold down, hit A, and then scroll to it. So Ender now is going to be going and fighting Sabrina. So after the 2 of Hwang and Pokeguy leave Koga's gym, you'll kind of see exactly how far ahead they are, because that'll be a good marker. So yeah, and Juanly, he started with Erica, and now he's doing Sabrina, and then he has to round it out with Koga, and then Hwang and Pokeguy still have to do Erica, and so is Ender.
Yes. Now we're seeing Hwang and Pokeguy going to get the Strength HM, and then they will be going to the mansion, where with their current route, I would expect them to have a little bit more risk of encounters than usual. They're probably doing the low experience strategy for the end game. While they gained extra experience using Rare Candies earlier, they're going to have problems with experience in the end game.
Because if we didn't explain it, what in rare candy really does is however much XP you need to get to the next level, it'll just give you that XP. So if you use them earlier, your rare candies are actually worth less because you're earning, let's say, 2,000 experience, for example, or something like that. But if you
Yes.
save them, you're going to be higher level because you just jump to the next level, and then any XP you'd earn from that point on stacks up differently. So once again, it's just a ton of little decisions throughout the entire run that
Mhm.
will accumulate at the end to make every single decision and every single route variation
Yes.
quite a bit different.
We also saw Pokeguy and Hwangbro using a new menuing location, and we're seeing Hwangbro take the mom heal.
Wanley chicken, man. Mom heal. I love mom heal, actually.
It's a very good strategy sometimes because it lets you not have to use a PP item, but it also can be very slow.
Yeah, I think it's still the fastest heal outside of the heal pads,
Ooh,
though.
Hwangbro accidentally using strength instead of surf. But I guess we did also see them using a menu in Fuchsia, but after Koga's gym instead of menuing before the water. This is because with not getting Blizzard, they don't have to set up this whole exact timing of repelling the tile in the bottom corner of Pallet Town so that the repel lasts to the Blizzard where they can then menu and repel and teach Blizzard. They have Ice Beam already. They don't need to do getting Blizzard, so they can do the whole menu earlier in Fuchsia and actually do it with a slightly more optimal cursor inputs.
I stand corrected. I would like to make a formal apology to all the viewers. Mom heal is now meta in 2020. 2020 has been a strange year. I never thought mom heal would be it, but here we are. Oh, and Pokeguy got one of the encounters. Okay, so one of the things that really stinks about this is when you find Eradicate, especially the 46 one, I believe, you're actually more likely to find one again.
Yes, because of D-Sum. We
for
haven't
a-
talked about D-Sum yet, Suda. We have to talk about D-Sum.
So, long story short, all the encounters are basically a circle, and depending on how long it takes to run away from the encounter, you're basically going to begin your circle closer to the encounter slots that you can get, because repels only work for Pokemon same level or lower than you. So if when you run away, you're close to that circle part instead of right after it, you're actually like quite a bit decently more likely to get an encounter, and that can just keep chaining. My PB has 4 Raticates for this very reason, and
Yeah.
I think 2 Onyxes. Like, you can lose like
Yep.
40 seconds in like really strange happenstances.
So Ender also taking the mom heal, yes, and mom heal can actually be okay now because between the healing and the PP saved, that actually, and with Ender skipped the elixir in the underground, right? So Ender
Yep.
definitely needing to take the mom heal to
Yeah.
make up that missed elixir.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense if you skip it. And Juanly is not having a good Coca split, unfortunately. And back over to these questions. Wang got a question!
Wang missed the blade question! Oh, I haven't seen this in forever.
Wait.
no.
Wait, I don't know the latest routes with this.
Oh.
He doesn't have a backup, does he? Is he going to be slower?
No. This could
So-
mess up the whole experience route for the end game.
Okay, so let's talk about this really quick.
We
So-
have to talk about blade
Okay.
questions.
Okay, so Blaine, before we would fight Erica last, actually. So, it's really key because Blaine is actually really scary. He can kill us actually pretty easily. So, the reason why we don't worry about it is because we're going to be faster than him, by how our levels happen. Now, if you level up during a fight, you lose your badge boost, which is really, really bad on Blaine. And normally the backup, if you somehow answer a question wrong and mess up your XP, the old route, you could just go fight Erica because it magically fixed the XP actually. But he already fought her. So I don't personally know if this messes it up. And the funny thing is, what Blaine question you get wrong can or maybe not mess it up. And no one goes through all these numbers to see like what it is. So we don't know. Oh, that's interesting. Talking about Blaine questions in 2020, this is a good year. So,
Oh, jeez.
I'm excited to see this. I imagine nothing's gonna happen. With him fighting everything last, I imagine it'll be fine.
Yeah.
With all the
Hwangbro's just gonna have to be
different
very careful to make sure that his experience leveling points don't get messed up. It doesn't lose any badge boosts needed from X items. In the middle of
Because-
fights.
Yeah, we're talking about this fight, but this applies for the rest of the run. He
Yeah.
doesn't have a rare candy to fix XP. He's not going to go fight random trainers. So there needs to be something that, like, he has to deal with. This is interesting.
Yes.
Okay, he leveled up. So I believe...
Should be okay on Arcanine.
is faster. Yep, Arcanine's faster.
Oh,
So this is where leveling up and getting the extra XP is one of the problems. Arcanine could have double takedown, and if it's a double crit, he could die. He missed earthquake.
the fire blast!
No,
What
don't
is
do it to him.
going on?
Oh
He's in
my
red
God.
bar! He's in red bar! Oh.
What? Oh my God, Hwang, live, buddy, live. Oh
He's
my
alive.
God. Okay.
What in
This
the...
is going to be really interesting because Hwang has lost a ton of time to this, and
Yeah,
Ender
Pokeguy
actually
has pulled up
catching
a significant lead on the rest of the pack, and Ender has caught up a lot.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Juanly already fought Erica too, so he is going to now be going to Blaine. Blaine takes longer, so I from my knowledge of the route, I think Hwang is a decent amount still ahead of Juanly, but even Juanly
Yeah.
is really neck and neck. This has become much closer for everyone ex Pokeguy here.
Yeah, and Hwangbro used Mom Heal to set up a PP. He could be in trouble just with his PP having to use that extra Earthquake or 2 on Arcanine.
Yeah, because he Gen 1 missed and he did that. So I think he had 1 spare, but having to do it again after the Gen 1 miss, I think it's 1 down. Yeah, from Rain Chat, I might have missed something, but I think that is really bad. So there's probably going to have to be an extra center heal when he heads over to Viridian.
Wow. This is a beautiful ending to a race.
It definitely is. So Pokeguy is entering kind of an fun gym, I thought, as a kid, but we basically just avoid all the funness. So the little heal pads, not heal pads, the little spin pads appear in 2 places in the entire game. One of them, Rocket Hideout, which is required to get through Rocket Hideout, but we skip it because of the Pokédoll exploit. And in this gym, they're also here, but it's actually faster to avoid them and not even bother. So Pokeguy is going to fight this Machoke, a black belt guy. He's going to fight him, leave the gym to reset his position, and re-walk in and walk right past him because it's faster than using the spinny dads. So just go outside. Don't use the heal pad.
There's a way to get to Giovanni faster than the way it's done in the run, but you then have to do a slower way to get out of the gym, so it ends up being slower overall.
Oh yeah, you can actually use the spins, right?
Yeah. You can get to him faster, but you can't get out of the gym faster. We're gonna see Pokeguy here enter the crit gauntlet, as what I like to call it, where you get the chance to be crit by the Doug Trio from Giovanni, and then on Lorelei, the Dugong can crit you, and then On Lance, Hydro Pump can crit you. And then on Lance, depending on whether Hydro Pump hits you, you can get crit from Hyper Beam or Slam and die to the Dragonairs. And then on the champion fight, you can get crit by Earthquake, a whole gauntlet of potential deaths to crits. And they're much more likely in Gen 1. A lot of these crits are 10 to 20% because of faster crits being based on the base speed of a Pokemon in Gen 1 and not a 1 in 16 like in Gen 3.
So Dugtrio is like a major critter, so we don't
Yes.
want to deal with that. So Ender is really picking up pace here compared to Hwang. He is not far behind.
Not
So-
far behind. I think Ender is ahead of
Oh yeah!
Hwang.
Oh wow! He already beat him. Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome. So yeah, he has
Yeah.
pulled ahead now. So let's see here. Dugtrio, did he do it? Oh no. Okay, red bar. So we just have to make sure to not die, and then Pokeguy is good here. So
He does have to
he's
use another
going
item,
to-
and it's
yeah, he
Slash.
saved. So,
Pokeguy is resetting.
nothing.
And
you
now
can
it's
really do.
Enderborn in the lead right now.
Yeah, that's insane. So the reason why he couldn't heal or anything is because it'd be a heal loop. So Ender got really good luck there. He got dig, which means he can
Yeah.
do his X accuracy and his X speed, I think, or X special, one of the two. I don't remember with the route anymore, but
Yeah,
he
you need to
can
use both X accuracy and X speed on the Dugtrio, and you have to use the X speed first so that you don't get fissured and die.
Exactly. So you can now just get through the rest of this fight and kill everything fine. So let's see if Pokeguy try 2 works. So same thing here. So Pokeguy is good on this fight now, and he has red bar, which could help a little bit compared to Ender, but Ender has definitely pulled ahead now.
Yes, but it is actually very, very close.
It
Ender
is.
just slightly ahead of Pokeguy, and Hwangbro slightly behind Pokeguy.
So dig also for Hwangbro here.
Let's see if he
So-
gets crit.
Yeah, critting is the worst thing that can happen. And he got
He
crit.
does.
Wanley pulls
Oh.
ahead of Wang.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. So this is why Yellow is such a cluster of just late game has the bad RNG. Pokemon Red has the worst RNG overall if you look at just like the odds of completing runs, but Yellow has a lot of it kind of forced at the end, which just can feel so bad. So this is the start of that crit gauntlet, and we'll have to see if we can get through it. Oh, Wanley reset. So
Oh man.
Wang is also is in third. Ender
Fissure is very useful here. Yep, Hwangbro should be okay now. Oh man,
Yep.
Ender and Pokeguy gonna be the racers to watch through the rest of the crit gauntlet. Giovanni 3, Ender 1.
Oh,
Did everybody
Man.
other than Ender
Yeah.
die? Yeah. Wow. Wow.
the odds of the 3 people dying is not great.
Yeah,
so-
we have to pull out the binomial distribution to find that one out.
Yeah, because what dying to him is what 26% or something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty unlikely.
Yeah. So Ice Beam here makes this fight completely just great. You don't have to worry about anything at all.
And Ender's in red bar, and Pokeguy is not. So Ender will also get a little bit of a lead here, opening up from being in red bar for this fight. Ender also does not have to worry about quick attack because he does not have Ninetales in the rival party like Juan does with being on the Vape route.
There's so much that happened.
But Pokeguy getting red bar manip off of the slash from Sand Slash.
Sand Slash, yeah, gosh. So also, one thing I don't think we truly mentioned before, when Wanley fights the rival fight, the Pokemon do change. We kind of mentioned that before, but you're not going to see a Cloyster on Wanley's screen because the Vaporeon replaces that. Instead of having the Flareon like everyone else, there's going to be a Ninetales. And Ninetales is actually really annoying because it knows Quick Attack.
And now we also have the badge checks.
I love the badge checks. I wish Pokemon did this more. I think it was so cool hearing that epic music for the first time as a kid and like walking through here and being like, I have this badge. Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
This is some lovely, lovely, intense endgame music. Ooh, Hwang getting Fury swipes, but a short Fury swipes.
Yeah.
From Sand Slash.
So that move is once again a 2 to 5 turn. And the interesting thing about that, the odds are not even. It's 3-8 to be 2 or 3 turn for each of them, and only 1-8 to be a 4 or a 5 turn.
So we're seeing the racers not getting the Max Ether on the way to the Elite Four because they are in low red bar and will need to center anyway or heal in some fashion. And now we're going to see Ender getting on the bicycle and using some very optimal repel points to make the repels last through Victory Road.
Yeah, you can do Victory Road from when you enter the cave with only 2 super repels, but that would require you to... There's no encounters in the water, by the way, which is why they go through this without super repels. But they do have to pass through 2 tiles of grass, so it's routed to get a super repel, literally for 2 tiles of grass.
Yep. Pokeguy does use the super repel there. Ender also did use the strategy of menuing the first step into the building, or the why can't I
Cut out the turn frame, yeah.
Yeah, he cut out the turn frame entering the Victory Road dungeon.
So at this part, we actually don't have to fight a single trainer in here, but there is kind of a Monka-esque moment for a lot of these runners. Is on the next floor for where Ender is, so the 3rd floor basically. There are odds of getting Onyx encounter because they are level 49, I believe, and we are level 48. So that's only 1 encounter slot that is level 49, but that is odds every single kind of moment we spend here we can get that Onyx. And the same thing happens that we talked about. Oh, there it is. Ender got the first Onyx before he even moved the rock.
Very unfortunate.
Fun fact, he's more likely to get more because of D-Sum, like we mentioned before, but the boulder actually helps. The boulder lags the game enough that you basically get to avoid the D-Sums.
Yeah, you have so much time spent with each boulder push that the D-Sum shifts and you don't get more Onyx encounters quite often.
Yeah, you'll get more Onyxes if you encounter them after you move the boulder, but if you get it right before the boulder here, he didn't get that very small window where he's actually more likely to get another Onyx.
Yeah. And one thing I'll just note here, I love to mention it, the task uses Swag Boulder as a way of like creating variance in the Victory Road and avoiding encounters.
Ender with another Onyx.
Oh, 2
no,
Onyxes.
Not like this. Come
Not
on.
like this.
Ah.
And he and Pokeguy are going to be neck and neck here now after this encounter. He's like slightly ahead of Pokeguy.
Okay, he's out of the D-Sum of the Onyx now, so he skipped that extra section.
There might
trying
be
to
like
find
one
Onyx.
more chance.
There is. I am
Yeah.
fairly certain. So he should be hopefully good. Okay, it looks like he's good. But
Now there's a cool menu here when you drop through.
yeah, it's also he's going to have to go through the 3rd floor for just a tiny section again. But it's only, I think, like 8 tiles or something like that. So he's not very likely to get another Onyx, but 2 Onyxes is already bad. Average is actually less than 1. I think it's like 0.87 or something like that. Wow, is every single person in Victory Road? That's
Ender exiting Victory Road at 1:46:44. Pokeguy 1:46:48. 4 seconds behind Ender.
Those Onyxes added up so much. Onyx has a pretty long cry, if I remember too. So
Yeah,
very
it's
annoying.
like 12 seconds per Onyx encounter because you have both the long Onyx cry and your Nidoking, so it's like a lot longer than a lot of the early game encounters.
Yeah.
Actually, the
Nidoru-
game's aspect ratio is 9:10 pinkish presets.
Like Ti said, you're gonna see. I think everyone heal here. If you know anything about red, there's the strategy kind of where you bring in the flyer and kind of set up a free turn. That actually doesn't work in yellow. If you try to do it, there's still a 20% chance you just still die. I think it's 20% because rest is not guaranteed in yellow on turn 2. It's more likely, but it's not guaranteed. So it's actually not worth going for that strat because Juanly also got an Onyx. So yeah, it's not worth going for it. So they're only gonna have one Pokemon. So this could be really annoying because Aurora Beam crit kills. Bubble Beam can speedfall, and then they have to use another item. Okay, no speedfall by Ender.
No
there.
crits, no speedfalls. We are
Yes.
good through Lorelei.
Because now it's just Horn.
Wow.
So the HPs are also fine for both of these runners here. They should be able to not have to worry about anything until Agatha. So for the next one, because Bruno isn't that scary. So also, the reason why we're depositing these Pokemon, even though it feels like it might just be a waste of time, is when you enter the Hall of Fame, it kind of does a cutscene for each of your Pokemon, and it's really slow. So it's actually just faster to go over that PC, dump everything, and Wang, realizing that his odds are a little bit lower, bought the full restores just to...
He's going to make sure that he
edge
finishes
his
here.
Yeah. I like that play, actually. I'm a fan of being able to make sure you can finish any race.
Yes. And we do see all the racers depositing all their extra Pokemon. Yeah, not much point to having anything on top of your Nidoking 3.
I would like to point out how clean Pokeguy's menus have been really recently and throughout the entire run.
Yeah.
If you
he
watch
just
closely,
passed Enderborn.
yeah, by basically a lot of tight execution that adds up. That his menu was flawless there.
Yeah, like using
Pokegui
triple
also
input
lost
even in the races in a lot of situations. Jesus.
Yeah, and Pokeguy is a legend for mashing. So we
Double
use,
team from Hitmonchan
yeah,
gets a very good
that's
outcome.
perfect. Yeah, because we use X accuracy, so it doesn't matter.
Ender gets Ice
and
Punch.
freeze. Okay,
No
thank
freeze.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was scary. Ice Punch can freeze, and then you are going to have a sad time.
Yeah. So, in this, they're going to be using Ice Beam on Onyx here. So this is pretty perfectly routed out. They're Horn Drilling what they need to, but also using Ice Beam to kind of save Horn Drill PP. So we haven't mentioned too much about Horn Drill's PP, but it only has 5 uses. And the thing with the E4 is you can't go back and like use the Pokemon Center. You wouldn't really. So they have items that can recover PP, but we've already actually used quite a bit of them to just make everything efficient. So this Max Ether here is what's going to be used for the Horn Drill, and that is going to basically set them up to have just amount of Horn Drills they need, and they just need to get through it. So we need to find Pokemon here and there to do things like Ice Beam.
Now, Agatha can have a lot of variants. We get Substitute from Gengar on Pokeguy. He could lose some time. Ender might be able to catch up from the Substitute. Oh, he does get Mega Drain turn 2, so not too trolled. Ender does get Mega Drain over on his run, but he's in Red Bar now. The Red Bar might help him pass Pokeguy. It's so close.
So we have this Golbat here, and I think they give it 1 turn. Yeah, so they'll give the Golbat 1 turn, and Pokeguy got the bad RNG that he got.
Pokeguy is confused and hits through it.
Ender,
Oh no, the wing attack crit.
wing attack crit is so bad. Oh, I was about to be like, Pokeguy got the bad end of the RNG, and then
Oh, but he didn't
he
save for
saved.
Agatha.
Oh no, he's so far back.
Oh.
He lost the lead, and now he's
it's
in the back.
all over.
Oh,
for
that's so
Enderborn.
bad. Oh no.
Oh, you've
Pokeguy
got
is
when you're
full.
doing those
Agatha
no save
is
strats,
almost-
you've got to watch your HP and make sure that you don't risk those crits.
Oh, psychic. Oh, Pokeguy's dead too.
Oh, Pokeguy's dead too. Did he save?
Wait, what? Why was he slower? Why? That was
No, he got saved for Lorelei. Oh, Pokeguy.
How was he slower? What did he split XP or do something?
He didn't. He did split XP back at Misty. Remember? Back at Misty, he
No, he let the Pokemon die because Peck killed.
Oh,
I don't know.
what is going on?
Where?
Did he not use enough carbos, or
If he forgot the Carbos, what? I don't. Does anyone
Hwang
know?
is okay? We gotta watch Hwang. Hwang is
Hwang-
now in the lead with red bar.
Guys,
Coming
I
out
am
of the go back.
freaking out.
Who? Ender?
Oh, that's Amoeba. Amoeba
Oh,
coming in with
Ender.
our host. Amoeba's freaking out. It's such an intense ending
This
to the
is-
race.
this is- I don't know what's happening. So Pokeguy has to buy more X accuracies.
Yeah,
and they're out. He also needs
hadn't
more
saved it
XP
all.
because he's gonna lose badge boost here
Yeah.
and there.
Wow.
Oh my hang was so low. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. So CPP is saying it wasn't an outspeed issue. It was confusion.
Oh duh, he got confused. I even called
So
that.
he
Yeah,
never
okay.
he never broke out of it, and on the last Gengar, he
He
hit himself. Yeah.
Oh, that's so bad. And you can't swap. You can't do anything about the confusion because we don't have another Pokemon. Okay, so Hwang is through Agatha, and you can look at this and be like, Hwang's got it. He's this far ahead of Hwanling. We didn't
We
even
still
get
have
to Lance
two more
yet.
trainers of the crit gauntlet here.
Lance is like crazy. He's like known for letting him decide races. So
Yes.
we
There's
don't even
literally
know.
a phrase: "Let Lance decide."
Oh, this is crazy. Okay, so going into this fight, the key part is they're going to X special at the start. We didn't even mention, but there's only one special stat in Gen 1. So it's your attack and defense. So by X specialing, we're going to be able to live a Hydro Pump. But Gyarados has a high crit rate. So if Hydro Pump hits 80% and crits, which is I think 12.5% or something, you just die. And it's 40 seconds lost every time. Okay, so he
He is
lived.
not
the first
crit
step.
by the Gyarados. He does have to worry about crits though from the Dragonairs, like I said.
More chances. He doesn't have to worry about Blizzard miss like you would in older routes because we're using
Slam miss.
Ice
He
Beam
should
now.
be okay.
Okay, he's even
Full
gonna
restoring.
full
Yeah,
now.
he's just gonna
Oh,
play it super safe.
Smart. I like this. Hyper
Does
Beam.
Juan survive the Hydro Pump too?
Okay,
Yes.
he has high HP.
Yeah, he got a very, very low roll Hydro Pump.
So Champ can just decide it all as well because we need one turn to set up an item on turn 1 to be able to get through everything. And there's the Sand Slash that has been so annoying this entire run, and Earthquake crit will kill. That's more time loss if it happens. So Hwang is so close, despite having Blaine question wrong might win the yellow race.
Yeah, that does feel a little bit bad for Juan over there. But Juan did also miss the YOLO ball at the beginning of the run. Which
had
yeah.
so many bad RNG moments too.
Yeah.
I know we haven't been pointing too many of them out, but he has gotten absolutely wrecked by a lot of small RNG moments here.
Okay, so now we see Hwangbro going to the final fight. He will heal again. He bought all those extra full restores so he can be extremely safe through the Elite Four.
And he
He's
saved.
saving.
Does Juanly go in without
Juan
it?
might run in without saving to try to catch
It's a
up.
chance.
He does not. He's going to be
He does need
safe.
a full restore still. He does
he
need
did
a
need a
full
full
restore.
restore.
But is he gonna save? That's the question. He's saving. Okay, he just wants to get through it. But here's the thing: if Hwang dies here, Hwanli is still ahead. It's all up to how these first couple turns go. So we're gonna use an X item turn 1, and if we get Earthquake crit, we're dead.
X special
So
used.
Oh, animations are on, by the way. Okay, here we go. Earthquake. If
That is
this
a thing that
reaches
happens
0,
for the final
it's
battle.
over.
The game forces animations back on.
And it's not over if he survives this too. Okay,
He
we're
survives.
still in it. We can get more time loss, but I think this is looking
Yeah,
on the up
he
and
could
up.
get stuck in a loop with hypnosis, but he should be fine.
I mean, he has a full restore too.
He's
Oh,
full restoring on Alakazam because of a badge boost issue, probably.
Kinesis is fine here too because we use the X accuracy.
Yeah. Okay, so he
That's
got through
pretty smart.
Alakazam. He did
What?
have that
Oh,
weird
you
experience
were
route
about
for
the
them.
same thing. Wanli's in red bar.
Oh, that
I think
really
Wanli-
is going to be interesting for these last couple of.
It's all up to
Oh my
Executor.
goodness!
Leech Seed, okay. Hypnosis, it
Hypnosis
missed.
fails.
Wanli
Oh
wins.
my god!
Wanli wins.
Juan's gonna win off of Hwang
Red
having
bar!
to deal with the Blaine question experience difference.
No, quick attack. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Oh my goodness! This is so close still with the quick
Effective
attack.
text, by the way.
With
so
the quick
there is
attack
that.
being used, it's gonna be down to their mashing.
It's not a quick attack. It didn't happen. I was saying
Okay.
it could happen. It
Okay.
didn't happen. We're good. We're
Oh
good.
my
But
goodness!
we did get extra super effective text. So
Yeah, this is really close,
so
guys.
close.
I
He's
don't
ahead,
actually know
He's
until
ahead. It's up to Vaporeon. Oh wait, but we have desync. We don't know. We don't know who wins.
No, I think that Juan did pull a bit ahead here at the end with he had 2 red bar level ups over Hwang. So there's
I think he definitely pulls ahead, but
yeah.
what we're seeing is all desynced. So
Yeah.
we actually don't remember how far ahead.
We're
each
gonna
of
need to
others
check
were.
the SRL. We're gonna need to
Yeah.
check the final times on SRL to confirm.
Oh, my
Check the SRL.
Wanli mash and don't get blue screened. Oh my goodness, this was crazy. What a way to end the PSR.
This is amazing. This is incredible. Hwang with the punish still coming through in the end with missing the Blaine question, just barely taking him out of first place.
I also wanted on record that pokeguy once again got confused on Agatha. Gosh, it's just crazy.
I'm watching the SRL now.
Okay, you're in the chat.
Yeah, I went and found the SRL.
Good. Let's see here.
Oh my god.
So
It's so close. Wanli
There
takes
is,
it.
2-0
Wanli
2-0
takes it.
Juan won.
Wanli won.
wins.
He won by 8 seconds.
Oh, my goodness.
goodness.
Oh my gosh. What a race, man.
GG, guys.
Wanli.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, was no one sub 2?
No one was up
Nobody
to.
was sub 2, but these are still really good race times. Like
They
actually,
are. They really are.
this
What
this
the
is
fuck just happened?
Dude, Wanli, what was this race?
What the fuck?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so Hwang, what happened in Blaine, man?
I just miscounted the text boxes. I thought it was one fewer. So I, I hit A and then I started mashing the wrong button and then
You got
Uh-oh.
the two text box count.
yeah, it was. I think that
wrong,
one's
right?
2. Yeah, the top one.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually got so punished for that because I lost literally every single important badge boost. Like I lost the
Yeah.
Arcanine one.
yeah. We noticed that with you
Yeah.
having to do different strats on the champion.
Yeah, we
And-
called it out too, Hwang, because I don't know if you ever did this on the old route. If you ever did mess up a Blaine question, Erica would actually fix it for you.
Mhm.
And then you only had one in the late game that you had to worry about. You didn't have to worry about Blaine, and it only messed up one badge boost. But like you couldn't even fall on that. You had to also take the bad lane as well. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
So the
like,
final times, according to Speedruns Live, were 2:00:19 from Juan to 2:00:27 from Hwangbro.
Yep.
Juanly, can I ask you, how are you feeling most of this run, actually being quite a bit behind and just kind of getting random time loss all over the place from really dumb things, honestly?
I was really tilted, dude. But I had a feeling that I just had to finish the run and something good might happen eventually, maybe.
Oh,
I didn't think it was gonna be like this. I thought maybe I get like close, but not like this close.
Yeah.
oh, that's
It all started
crazy.
off with Juan missing the YOLO ball and getting that little bit of distance separated from the pack with a 14-minute, a minute behind with Pokeguy absolutely crushing the forest, 13:02 exit. And then that lead opened up a bit as a different bad RNG happened to Juan through Moon. I think we had like a 29 Moon, Juan. Like 2 minutes
Yeah.
behind Pokeguy out of Moon. And then Pokeguy through the end game with not saving in any of the E4 battles and lost too much time to recover from that confusion on Agatha.
It's so there's so much that happened, and also just a shout out to all these runners. Every single one of them got Mount Moon Manip, which once again is a very long manip, and like when you do it enough, it is just muscle memory. But getting all 4 runners getting it on a race probably should be expected by runners of this quality, but still super impressive.
The guy
Oh,
doing some
oh,
meme strats here with
oh.
the final fight.
because his XP is a little messed up
Yeah.
too,
Yeah,
right?
he went in red bar and tried to do freeze strats.
Oh, because 10% is freeze chance on Ice Beam, right?
I think it's
Something
10.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I just
But you
want
also
to
have the
say,
chance to get kinesis.
I want to say
Go ahead.
I leveled right after Sandslash, so I was outsped by Alakazam, but he
Yep.
kinesised me, which gave me the badge boost to outspeed him turn 2. So I was
That's
very
so
confused why I was able to outspeed turn 2. When
That was beautiful.
I managed to hit through the accuracy drop because I didn't X accuracy yet, and then I
Wait.
outsped it, and I was like, wow, I just actually just lived this.
Yeah,
I
bro,
actually
that
didn't
was
know
insane,
this.
dude.
You still get badge boost even if X-Ac is. Oh, because it still calculates.
I
Okay,
didn't
that
X
makes sense.
accuracy yet. I X accuracy on the eggs after Alakazam.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
And then
Cool.
Juan being in red bar ended up
Yeah.
being crucial to those last couple of inputs.
Oh,
What an insane finish.
Yeah, literally like the difference at the
thank
end
you.
that just ended up being like Juan in red bar versus you not for the final fight.
Oh. And then Pokeguy still trucking away on this champ fight. Oh. Man, when we get Ender in here, we gotta. This is just, you guys all really did great for everything that happened, but the
I'm
end.
here.
Oh, Ender, how are
GG's,
you
Ender.
feeling, man?
Not happy.
Poor Ender, bro.
Ender
So-
also getting that wing attack crit and not having saved for Agatha. Ender and Pokeguy both
At the
got
health I was at, like,
severely
saving is not
punished.
the play.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just get,
Pokeguy
So-
does get the freeze finally on Sandslash. He will be able to finish the race.
Because you got Mega Drain, right, Ender? And was
Yeah.
that Mega Drain crit? I can't remember.
No, it wasn't. It was normal Mega Drain.
Okay, but then wing attack, I'd have to go back and look. Was
I'm
crit
pretty
a
sure, like,
range?
I think wing attack crit is probably the only thing that could have killed me, and it was probably a range too.
Yeah, because I remember seeing your HP and thinking that you were fine, but then you you died. So I don't know. I don't know for sure if it's a range, but that's so unlucky.
Yeah. Does
Um,
anyone? What HP was it at?
Into the 30s, I think. Guys, the final times are 2:00:19 to 2:00:27. Wanley winning by 8 seconds over Hwangbro.
And
think
Pokeguy's true. Hmm?
And Ender was 4 minutes behind Hwang with a 2:04:27. Still a very respectable yellow race time.
Especially when you had to leave and go buy more X items to go refight all of E4.
I don't think Ender had to buy more X.
Oh,
items.
sorry.
Ender's-
I'm
yeah.
saying I thought you were talking about Pokeguy here too
Yeah.
as well. Okay, never mind. Yeah, Pokeguy had to do that, but yeah. Oh, what a crazy run!
For people watching, if you are here and you think the marathon is over, do not leave just yet. We have an announcement about a super awesome thing with Pokemon Red coming just after the conclusion of Pokeguy's final time here, finishing Pokemon Red or Pokemon Yellow with a race against Hwangbro, Ender, Juan, and Pokeguy. So the final
Okay, it was 35
positions. Yep.
So, to just say really quick before anything else, if you liked what you saw here, join the Pokemon Speedrunning Discord. And Red, what we're going to talk about here soon, is a lot like this as well. So definitely stay tuned if you're even slightly interested in what we showed you, because Red and Yellow are really similar. A lot of the same stuff. It's a really interesting run. So definitely stay for that. And even with the Pidgey, Pokeguy ends with a sub 210. What race
208
did I just watch?
15. It's
Yeah.
all over.
Oh, nice.
What an amazing race.
How are you feeling, Pokeguy?
I'm feeling great. That was amazing.
It was so clutch down to the final battles of the Elite Four.
I really liked the freeze strat that you tried to go for.
Yeah.
Pokeguy, was
Crit
that a
twice and then got psychic twice though. So
Pokeguy, was that a genuine miss on Goldeen after Supersonic?
yeah. No, it was General Mist then Supersonic and then hit
That was
some.
insane.
That's incredible. We tried to catch everything that was happening with all four racers, but it was very difficult to
Yeah,
follow
for sure.
everything.
That was fun. I was cheering for Wanley so hard at the end.
Oh my goodness. We were too. We didn't want Huang to get too rewarded for hitting that optional in Blaine's gym.
I mean, we can't say the winner of the 2020 Yellow race won with a Blaine question. I'm sorry, it just can't happen.
They're right, Wayne.
I agree.
Fair is fair.
Congrats, everyone. It was a great race. Thank you for each of you guys for sticking in it and finishing and being an amazing end to the PSR marathon this year.
Thanks for having us.
All right, guys. Hello, this is Amoeba. We are going to transition straight over into a special announcement from our friends in the Red Racing Tournament Discord. But just before we go, I want to say thank you very much to all of our racers. Well done, everyone. And that was an excellent showing by everybody. Thank you very much to our commentators, Pseudo, Ty, and everybody in
you.
chat. Make sure you stick around.